Hello, my name is Joshua Messick, and I was the hammer dulcimer player on the Japanese animated film Mary and the Witch's Flower. When I was 10 years old, I began having this dream of playing hammer dulcimer on a film score. When I would practice, I would envision myself surrounded by an orchestra playing cinematic music, and that dream grew and grew, and it finally came true when one day I was contacted by Studio Ponok. They let me know that the director had specifically requested the hammer dulcimer to be the featured instrument of his upcoming featured animated film. When I received the entire score for the movie, I was absolutely moved by the music. I loved it. It wasn't just music that I had to play, it was music that I really enjoyed. And what I noticed right off the bat is that the composer, Mr. Takatsugu Muramatsu, really studied and listened to the hammer dulcimer. He didn't just try to make the hammer dulcimer into something he wanted it to be. He used it for what it is and drew from the strengths of the hammer dulcimer and highlighted those. The hammer dulcimer has this ethereal, ancient sound to it. And he made the hammer dulcimer that magical sound that's woven throughout the soundtrack. He was interested in telling the story through sound. The music and the visual combine to both tell the story. Soon I found myself on an airplane traveling to Japan. I was met by my guide and translator, Joseph, and he took me to the studio where I was introduced to many of the production staff. This included the director, the composer, and the producer. I learned that the director was a fan of my music and had listened to my CDs, watched my YouTube channels. That was a high honor. He also told me something really cool, and that is that he designed one of the character's magic wands after my dulcimer mallet. Here's one right here. You can see that the character Flanagan, his wand was designed after this. Soon I began recording, and I worked very closely with the composer, Mr. Muramatsu, on this process. He was so kind and encouraging and was always very positive when he spoke to me. That really gave me a lot of inspiration. And the other thing that was really cool was when it came down to those creative decisions that we had to make, we were connected. We were united, and we saw eye to eye on those decisions. And I think the fact that we had the same interpretation of the meaning of the music gave the performance a freedom, which I do feel helped the soundtrack be more enjoyable to listen to. When it was all said and done, I had recorded on 20 out of the 26 tracks on the album. One of those was the theme music with what I understand is Japan's leading pop band, End of the World, or Sakai no Awari. It's a really cool tune. I actually have a 30-second solo at about the 3:10 mark, you can hear me, and a few other fills throughout the song. It was so cool whenever I saw the liner notes to the soundtrack that they had included 3 pictures of me, my bio, and a picture of my hammer dulcimer. I did not expect this. I had no idea that this was going to be happening. I am absolutely floored. I want to extend my thanks to Masterworks Hammer Dulcimers for helping me get my instrument in tip-top shape and ready to record. I also want to say thank you, Studio Ponok, for making my dream of playing on a soundtrack come true.